Lecture 1, Introduction. Welcome to our comprehensive APA-style lecture series. This is Lecture 1, Introduction to APA-style and Paper Elements. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll establish the foundation for everything you need to know about professional academic writing using the American Psychological Association's guidelines. This lecture series represents a complete journey from basic concepts to advanced mastery. Whether you're a student beginning your academic career, an educator teaching APA style, or a professional researcher refining your skills, this series will provide you with the comprehensive knowledge and practical skills needed for scholarly excellence. Today's lecture focuses on understanding what APA style is, why it matters in academic and professional contexts, and the essential elements that comprise professional academic papers. By the end of this session, you'll have a clear roadmap for the entire series and a solid foundation in APA-style principles. Learning objectives. Let's begin by establishing our learning objectives for this first lecture. These objectives will guide our exploration and ensure you gain specific, measurable competencies. First, you will understand the purpose and importance of APA style in scholarly communication. This isn't simply about following arbitrary rules. APA style serves critical functions in academic discourse, research dissemination, and professional communication. You'll learn how APA style facilitates clear communication, ensures ethical attribution, and creates accessibility for diverse audiences. Second, you will identify all 11 essential elements that may appear in APA style papers. Many people mistakenly believe that academic papers consist of only 3 or 4 basic components. In reality, professional academic papers can include up to 11 distinct elements, each serving specific purposes in scholarly communication. Understanding all 11 elements ensures you can handle any type of academic writing project. Third, you will distinguish between student and professional paper requirements. This distinction is crucial because the expectations and formatting requirements differ significantly between papers written for coursework and papers intended for publication or professional presentation. Knowing which standards apply to your specific writing context will save you time and ensure appropriate formatting. Fourth, you will recognize the logical organization that makes APA-style papers accessible and professional. APA style isn't a collection of random rules. It's a systematic approach to organizing information that enhances readability, supports comprehension, and demonstrates respect for your reader's time and cognitive resources. These 4 objectives create the foundation for everything we'll cover in the remaining 7 lectures of this series. What is APA style? Foundation and scope. Now let's explore the fundamental question. What exactly is APA style? APA style is a comprehensive set of guidelines for academic writing, developed and maintained by the American Psychological Association. While the name suggests a focus on psychology, APA style has become the standard for scholarly communication across numerous disciplines, including education, social sciences, business, nursing, and many other fields. We're working with the 7th edition of the APA Publication Manual, published in 2020. This is the most current version and includes important updates for digital sources, inclusive language practices, and modern research methodologies. The 7th edition reflects the evolution of scholarly communication in the digital age, while maintaining the core principles that have made APA style the gold standard for academic writing. The scope of APA style extends far beyond its psychological origins. If you're studying education, you'll likely use APA style for research papers, literature reviews, and thesis projects. In sociology, APA style governs journal submissions and conference presentations. Business schools often require APA style for case studies and research reports. Nursing programs use APA style for evidence-based practice papers and clinical research. The widespread adoption of APA style across disciplines reflects its effectiveness in facilitating clear, ethical, and accessible scholarly communication. Understanding this broad scope is important because it means the skills you develop in this lecture series will serve you throughout your academic career and into your professional life. Whether you're writing a course paper, submitting research for publication, or preparing professional reports, APA-style competency will enhance your credibility and effectiveness as a communicator. Why APA style matters. 4 critical functions. Understanding why APA style matters transforms rule following into purposeful communication. APA style serves 4 critical functions that directly impact the effectiveness and integrity of your scholarly work. First, APA style ensures consistency across all scholarly communication. When everyone follows the same guidelines, readers can focus on your ideas rather than deciphering your formatting choices. Imagine reading research papers where every author used different citation formats, heading styles, and reference layouts. The cognitive burden on readers would be enormous, and the focus would shift from content to format interpretation. APA style eliminates this problem by providing a universal language for academic writing. This consistency allows readers to navigate your work efficiently and concentrate on evaluating your arguments and evidence. Second, APA style establishes credibility and demonstrates professional competence. Proper APA style signals to readers that you understand scholarly conventions and respect academic standards. When you submit a paper with perfect APA formatting, you're communicating that you're serious about your work and committed to professional excellence. Conversely, papers with APA style errors can undermine your credibility regardless of the quality of your ideas. Readers may question your attention to detail, your understanding of academic standards, or your commitment to scholarly rigor. Third, APA style promotes ethical communication and academic integrity. The guidelines include specific requirements for bias-free language, proper attribution of sources, and respectful representation of research participants and communities. These aren't merely political correctness requirements. They reflect fundamental ethical principles of scholarly inquiry. APA style helps you communicate with respect for human dignity, cultural diversity, and intellectual honesty. Fourth, APA style enhances accessibility for diverse audiences. Many APA style requirements, such as proper heading structure and clear language guidelines, make your writing more accessible to people with disabilities. Screen readers rely on proper heading hierarchies to help visually impaired readers navigate documents. Clear, concise language benefits readers for whom English is a second language. Consistent formatting helps readers with learning differences process information more effectively. These 4 functions, consistency, credibility, ethics, and accessibility, work together to create scholarly communication that serves the global academic community effectively and inclusively. The 11 essential elements. Complete overview. Now we'll explore the 11 essential elements that can appear in APA-style papers. Understanding all 11 elements is crucial because different types of papers require different combinations of these elements. Let's examine each category systematically. The first category contains the 3 elements that appear in every APA-style paper, without exception. These are the foundational components that define academic writing. The title page is your paper's first impression and contains critical identifying information. For student papers, the title page includes your paper title, your name, your institutional affiliation, and an author note if required. The title should be concise yet descriptive, typically 12 words or fewer, and should clearly indicate your paper's focus. For professional papers intended for publication, the title page includes additional elements such as running heads and author contact information. The text represents your actual paper content, your introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. While this seems obvious, the formatting requirements for text are specific and detailed. Your text must follow APA-style guidelines for font, spacing, margins, paragraph indentation, and heading structure. The text is where you present your arguments, analyze evidence, and develop your scholarly contribution. The reference list contains every source you cited in your paper, formatted according to specific APA-style requirements. This is where the principle of correspondence becomes critical. Every citation in your text must have a corresponding reference, and every reference must be cited in your text. The reference list demonstrates the scholarly foundation of your work and allows readers to locate and verify your sources. The second category contains 4 elements that appear when your assignment or publication context requires them. These elements enhance your paper's scholarly value and professional presentation. An abstract is a brief summary of your paper, typically 150 to 250 words, that appears on its own page after the title page. Abstracts are required for many research papers, dissertations, and journal submissions, but not typically for course papers unless specifically requested. A well-written abstract allows readers to quickly understand your research question, methodology, key findings, and implications. Tables present numerical or textual information in organized rows and columns. Use tables when data is too complex for effective text description or when you need to present multiple related pieces of information systematically. Tables must follow specific APA formatting requirements and include proper numbering, titles, and notes. Figures include charts, graphs, images, diagrams, maps, photographs, or any visual representation of information. Figures display information that enhances understanding beyond what text alone can achieve. Like tables, figures require specific formatting including numbering, titles, and explanatory notes. Appendices contain supplementary material that supports your paper but would interrupt the flow if included in the main text. Examples include detailed statistical analyses, complete survey instruments, extensive datasets, or additional examples. Each appendix appears on its own page and receives a letter designation, Appendix A, Appendix B, etc. The third category contains 4 elements that appear specifically in empirical research papers, studies that involve data collection and analysis. The introduction section presents your research question and reviews relevant literature. Unlike a general essay introduction, a research paper introduction follows a specific structure. It begins broadly with the general topic, narrows to the specific research problem, reviews relevant literature, identifies gaps in current knowledge, and concludes with your research question or hypothesis. The method section describes exactly how you conducted your research, providing sufficient detail for other researchers to replicate your study. This section typically includes subsections for participants, materials or instruments, and procedure. The method section uses past tense because you're describing completed actions. The results section presents your findings without interpretation. This section reports what you discovered through your data analysis, including statistical results, but does not explain what the findings mean or how they relate to existing literature. Results sections often include tables and figures to present data clearly. The discussion section interprets your results, explains their significance, and suggests directions for future research. This section connects your findings to existing literature, acknowledges limitations, and discusses implications for theory and practice. The discussion transforms your results into meaningful contributions to scholarly knowledge. Understanding these 11 elements and their appropriate applications ensures you can handle any type of academic writing project, from simple course papers to complex research manuscripts. Student versus professional papers. Key distinctions. One of the most common sources of confusion in APA style involves the distinction between student and professional paper requirements. Understanding this distinction is crucial for applying appropriate formatting standards to your specific writing context. Student papers are those you write for coursework, assignments, and most thesis or dissertation projects. These papers have simplified requirements that focus on demonstrating your understanding of course material and your ability to engage with scholarly sources. Student papers typically include only the basic elements, title page, text, and references. The title page for student papers is streamlined, containing your paper title, your name, your institutional affiliation, and course information. Student papers generally do not require running heads, though some instructors may request them for pedagogical purposes. Professional papers are those intended for publication in journals, presentation at conferences, or submission to professional organizations. These papers must meet publication standards and include additional elements that facilitate the editorial and review process. Professional papers require running heads, abbreviated titles that appear at the top of each page. The title page for professional papers includes author contact information, author notes, and sometimes funding acknowledgments. The key principle is this: unless your instructor specifically requests professional format, assume you're writing a student paper. Many students unnecessarily complicate their work by adding professional elements that aren't required for coursework. However, learning professional format is valuable preparation for graduate school and research careers, so we'll cover both formats throughout this series. The distinction also affects certain formatting details. For example, student papers may use either Times New Roman 12-point or Calibri 11-point font, while professional papers have more specific requirements. Student papers have more flexibility in heading usage, while professional papers must follow strict heading hierarchies. Understanding your paper's purpose and audience helps you determine which format to use. Course papers, term projects, and most thesis work use student format. Journal submissions, conference papers, and professional reports use professional format. When in doubt, ask your instructor or consult the specific requirements for your assignment or submission context. Logical organization and paper flow. The beauty of APA style lies in its logical organization and systematic approach to presenting information. Every element we've discussed serves a specific purpose in creating clear, accessible, and professional scholarly communication. The organization follows a logical sequence that mirrors how readers process academic information. The title page provides essential identifying information and creates a professional first impression. If present, the abstract gives readers a complete overview that helps them decide whether to read the full paper. The main text develops your argument systematically, using proper heading structure to guide readers through your logic. References provide the scholarly foundation that supports your work and allows readers to explore related research. When additional elements are present, they enhance rather than complicate this basic structure. Tables and figures present complex information more clearly than text alone could achieve. Appendices provide detailed information for readers who need it without interrupting the main argument's flow. The method, results, and discussion sections of research papers follow the logical sequence of scientific inquiry: what you did, what you found, and what it means. This systematic organization serves multiple purposes. It reduces cognitive load on readers by providing predictable structure. It ensures that all necessary information is present and properly positioned. It demonstrates your understanding of scholarly conventions and your respect for readers' time and attention. As we progress through this lecture series, you'll see how each component we study contributes to this overall organizational logic. The formatting requirements we'll cover in Lecture 2 create the visual framework that supports clear communication. The heading structure we'll explore in Lecture 3 provides the roadmap that guides readers through your ideas. The writing style principles in Lectures 4 and 5 ensure your content is clear and engaging. The mechanical details in Lecture 6 eliminate distractions that could interfere with comprehension. The citation and reference system in Lecture 7 connects your work to the broader scholarly conversation. The advanced elements in Lecture 8 provide tools for presenting complex information effectively. Series preview and learning journey. Let me provide you with a preview of the comprehensive learning journey ahead. This 8-lecture series is carefully designed to build your APA-style competencies systematically, from foundational concepts to advanced mastery. Lecture 2 will cover page setup and basic formatting, where you'll master the technical foundation of professional academic papers. You'll learn precise requirements for fonts, margins, spacing, and page layout that create the visual framework for scholarly communication. Lecture 3 explores paper organization and heading structure, teaching you the 5 levels of APA headings and how to organize complex information for maximum clarity and accessibility. Lecture 4 focuses on academic writing style, introducing you to the 3 pillars of effective scholarly communication: continuity, precision, and conciseness. These principles will transform your writing from adequate to exceptional. Lecture 5 covers grammar, usage, and language guidelines, including modern approaches to inclusive language, strategic verb tense usage, and professional communication standards. Lecture 6 addresses mechanics, the punctuation, capitalization, and style details that demonstrate professional competence and attention to scholarly standards. Lecture 7 provides comprehensive coverage of citations and references, the system that ensures academic integrity and connects your work to the broader scholarly conversation. Lecture 8 concludes with tables, figures, and advanced elements, plus quality control procedures that ensure your work meets the highest professional standards. Each lecture builds systematically on previous knowledge while introducing new concepts and skills. By the series conclusion, you'll have complete mastery of every aspect of APA style, from basic formatting to advanced professional elements. Conclusion: Today we've established the essential foundation for your APA style mastery journey. You now understand what APA style is and why it matters in scholarly communication. You've learned about all 11 essential elements that can appear in academic papers and understand the important distinction between student and professional paper requirements. Most importantly, you've gained appreciation for the logical organization that makes APA style an effective system for scholarly communication. This foundation prepares you for the detailed, practical instruction that follows. In Lecture 2, we'll move from conceptual understanding to hands-on application as we master the technical requirements for page setup and basic formatting. You'll learn to create the professional appearance that makes your content shine and demonstrates your commitment to scholarly excellence. Remember, APA style mastery is a journey, not a destination. Each lecture in this series builds your competency systematically, ensuring you develop both knowledge and confidence. The investment you're making in these skills will serve you throughout your academic career and into your professional life. Thank you for joining me for Lecture 1. Your journey to APA style mastery has begun, and I look forward to guiding you through the comprehensive skills development that lies ahead.